Oscar, I'd like to get your perspective of looking forward with the first question is, what do you see the demand for the high-end product, both for sale and rental, continuing, or do you see us hitting a peak in either of those markets?
Well, to be in the business today, I have to backtrack a little bit. If you don't have a development pipeline that you secured in the past 10 or so years, it's very hard to go out and buy property now and contemplate rental projects in Manhattan. Now, we are in the middle of finishing a large project. It's a 1,200 unit, approximately 80-20 building, currently under construction at 42nd Street and 11th Avenue. And that area has had a tremendous amount of growth. The market for the product, we expect it to be robust, although I think that there has been some leveling off in the past few months in terms of the increases in rentals.
And in the past, it's been very private, specialized investors who are willing to take a lot of risk. Interestingly enough, we've been approached over the last month by multiple, either sovereign wealth funds or foreign national wealth funds, willing to take development risk on the kinds of projects we do.
Yes.
It's fascinating, and their returns or requirements for returns are very small.
I agree with a lot of what these guys said, that Brooklyn is definitely kind of come into its own and not really trying to be the next Manhattan. It's and it's certainly shown that people are making a choice to move there. You can walk around downtown Brooklyn, you see the Brooklyn by Choice advertisements, and at first you thought about it, it's like, well, okay, what does that really mean? It's kind of from a real estate perspective, you've seen that the pricing caught up and people really are making a choice to move there.
We own apartment houses both in the financial district in Tribeca and also in downtown Brooklyn. And I do really think the sentiment, people are in Brooklyn by choice. People who live in our Brooklyn property could very easily afford to live in lower Manhattan apartment buildings, especially on the east side and in the financial district. So Brooklyn is by choice, and I also think Queens is kind of becoming I don't know if we should even call it a frontier, because it's really already happened, but it's a different demographic.
You know, Brooklyn and Manhattan, or Brooklyn and Queens are very large. They're bigger than Manhattan, you know, by a dramatic amount. So not every neighborhood in Brooklyn and Queens are going to, get to the valuation levels that you see in Manhattan ever. I mean, they don't all have the same great potential, but a lot do.
These neighborhoods long-term will continue to evolve. Obviously, Williamsburg was far ahead in the downtown areas, but some of the areas in Brooklyn that were more emerging have had a lot of redevelopment and a lot of like even when we talk Brooklyn by Choice and some of these other neighborhoods, if you looked at some of the rental applications, we see of people that certainly do not have to live here but are starting to move in, and I think that will have a long-term play of how Brooklyn develops as we go along.